What's up, guys? Chris Puckett up in the booth with Shockwave, and we just added Flamesword to our lineup here. Flamesword, you guys just played against Dynasty, a hard-fought series. You guys were down 2-0. You came back and won the series, winning 3 straight games there. But right now we're watching Triggers Down, our 3rd seed, take on Believe the Hype. And I got to get your early predictions here. You got a chance to play Triggers Down at the last 16 win, and Hysteria is already going off here. Tell me, what are we going to expect to see out of TD in this series?
TD, they didn't like narrows at the beginning of the 16 land that just happened, but after the land, they got real dominant at it, and as you can see, Hysteria's just holding top mid. I don't think Hysteria's really going to push for flag too much with the snipe out, and he's just going to let Tots and Best Man do their job and get the flag.
Absolutely. We saw Neighbor have a sniper as well. It looks like he stole the Believe the Hype sniper, and he is on a flank right now.
3 dead on the blue team.
And Tots has a sniper set up top middle as well. And check out the confidence out of Neighbor, pushing into the base, going for those short-range snipe shots. Dodging a few grenades. He and Tsquared are going to trade kills here. But as this game is kind of a slow start here before we see any flag grabs, I want to talk about your guys' series against Dynasty. Everyone in the stadium here thought that Dynasty was going to walk away with this one 3-0, but you guys really turned it on in game 3 and walked away with it. How'd it happen? Where was the turnaround?
First, I want to thank Tsquared. Tsquared pumped me up. He got me out of the, I was zoning out game 2,
your new coach Tsquared.
New coach Tsquared. A great add to the coaching lineup, and he's been doing great for us so far. But he basically told me to keep up my communication. I was slacking game 2, and that's exactly what I did. And I rallied up the troops, and they all listened to me, and we just dominated from there on.
And you guys lost to Dynasty last event. What happened there, and what did you know you had to turn around this time around facing off in the rematch?
Last event, I don't know, there was something wrong with our team. It just didn't feel like we were all there 100%. Like, we went to the Red Bull land, and it was a great land, but, we didn't get the competition of all the top 6 teams that usually go to the 6-team land. So we were slacking a bit on practice, but we went to this 6-team land at the LAN network at Mr. P's. And we were ready after the tournament, after winning it, so we're pumped.
And going up against Dynasty, it looked like they kind of fell apart in that game 5. Talk to me about this Dynasty squad and what you expect to see from them the rest of the tournament.
I still think Dynasty is the dark horse. They're a team just like us. Like, no one wants to play us really because we could be hot or we could be cold. You never know where you're going to get with us. But they're definitely going to come out strong. They're going to play the loser of Carbon and Instincts match, I believe. So Carbon hasn't been looking too tough. So if they play Carbon, if they win, they'll get a confidence booster off the win of the series and then just go off from there.
Yeah, Carbon will actually be playing Final Boss next. Instinct will be playing Warriors in our 4th matchup. Right now you're watching, though, as Believe the Hype is playing Triggers Down. And Believe the Hype, they start off super slow in the first 2 minutes. But Chris, Tsquared has been going off for us here on the main stage.
Yeah, Tsquared's just a great player in general, and his shot's been heating up right now. He's been flanking around the Triggers Down base, kind of just being a distraction for him. Fortunately getting taken down right there, but his shot, you could see right there on Best Man, it's going to be good.
It's on.
Now, you got a chance to play against Believe the Hype at the 16 LAN. Their record overall didn't look too impressive, and they definitely struggled in DC. What do you think is going on with Believe the Hype in these last 2 events?
I think Believe the Hype is all stacked individual players. They're great BRs, great snipes, but their communication just isn't there. There's many times Snipedown zones out and just doesn't call out. Like right here, it doesn't even look like he's calling out.
He's talking a little bit, and actually, as you call him out there, I do want to listen in with Believe the Hype. I was actually coaching them when they were warming up against Dynasty back in the Dr. Pepper booth. And that is the one thing I mentioned to these guys. You guys got to talk a little bit more. Yeah. And then in game 2, it was Guardian Oddball that they were playing. And all 4 members were really talking. And Demon D was actually the most vocal player for that squad.
Yeah, Maniac is usually like me. He's pretty much the captain figure on this team. And he likes to call out and direct the guys to go where they have to go. And usually when he's doing that, the team's looking good. But, I mean, at the LAN, like I said, they weren't communicating as much, but you just tell me they're picking up, so they should be playing better now.
I think they learned their lesson. Right now you're watching Tots running the flag bottom middle, though, from Triggers Down. They had 3 dead from Believe the Hype, and here they go. This is going to be flag number 1 of the game. Anyone in position to stop him? You got the sniper, but Tots survives it, and he's going to put in flag number 1.
Demon just got a good snipe.
Demon D doing some work with that?
Yeah, he's got the snipe. We might have to watch him.
And it looks like we got a counter push here from Believe the Hype, and I actually want to crank up our Astros. We'll come back in on the next flag attempt here as we listen in with the Believe the Hype squad.
There's two dead, guys. One is spawn. Top left. I don't know about this. Top left. Sniping. Leaving. I'm shooting him. L2, neighbor.
Guys, work together, guys. Work together.
There's a guy R1. Top left sniping, and there's a guy R1.
Say what we're doing. Talk.
That's not the flag sniping.
Flag snipe.
Flag snipe.
Talk.
R1 behind our afro,
Hysteria. Everyone say what you're doing.
R1
Hysteria.
Left pocket, left pocket.
Shoot the sniper left pocket. Shoot the sniper left pocket.
Push lobby.
They can't send me.
It's just stocks. Don't worry about it.
Push the lobby.
Rocket's
R1.
Rocket's R1. He's running R1.
He's R1, he has to reload.
He's weak.
Sniping R2. Top middle.
Top mid. We need to push lobby. Top center, guys.
Flag's not shield.
Top right.
Oh, yeah, Jacob. R2, Ants. Go up top right now. Yeah, we gotta put. They're gonna be pushing. Guys, top right. Are you watching the top right?
I'm on jump.
Watch the jumpers. Watch the jumpers.
There we saw Hysteria put in flag number 2, and the first team of 3 is going to win this game type. Flame, how'd that happen?
Tots and best men just do dirty work, and they get inside of their lobby and just cause havoc, and which allows flag pulls to look easy for them. So Hysteria just comes in, pulls a flag, and easily makes it to his base without dying.
And Chris, what's going on wrong there for BTH? It looks like they kind of fell apart on that last run.
Well, right there, like Flame was talking about with triggers down, they made a huge distraction on
All
Believe
4
the Hype.
dead.
Right now, they went after the guy with the flag. They weren't sure. As soon as the flag got pulled, they kind of broke off, kind of like in a giant scramble. Wasn't sure what was going on. And Triggers Down just easily picked him off on the way back to the
And
base.
now we got all 4 dead again for
Hysteria
Believe the Hype.
hasn't been shot
Hysteria's
once.
running in. Flag number 3, and he puts that one in as well. So 3 straight flag caps, looking like what we saw last event back in DC, where TD just kind of caught fire early and ran away with it. Believe the Hype really going to need to step it up going into game number 2. Flame Sword, let's get you on camera if we can. Want to give you a chance to give any shout outs here. You guys just advanced in your winners bracket round 1 matchup. You'll be facing off against, who are you guys going up against next?
FB.
FB or Carbon?
FB or Carbon.
Yeah,
But I'm looking
it's the
for
championships.
FB.
Upsets
Anything
can
can
always
happen, but FB's coming out strong. They're going for the 3-peat, so I mean they're going to be coming out with fire. They're not going to be losing right away. They're coming in hot.
Absolutely. Wanted to thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Yep.
Best of luck the rest of this week, and we're gearing up for game number 2. It's going to be Team Slayer on Construct. And before you go, might as well get your predictions here. What is the final series score going to be, and what is going to be the final score of this next game?
Construct, it's going to be a 50-42. Triggers Down. No, I'm giving this one to BTH, actually. This is, I think, their best game type, so 50-45 BTH. They're all really good on this map. Demon just runs around and causes havoc, so this is their map.
Alrighty, so we are going to be taking a look at Believe the Hype. Flamesword's calling them. Going to take game number 2. We'll see how it all plays out. Chris, awesome game out of Triggers Down, looking like one of the strongest teams here this weekend. What did you put them as in your top 8
They
predictions?
are my team first place, Puckett. I'm expecting them to come to this tournament and win. They made it all the way to DC Finals last tournament, won the winners bracket, and I think the real reason they did not beat Final Boss was because they did not warm up at all on Sunday. Or they did warm up, but they didn't have any matches all the way until they had to play FB in the finals, who are already coming off about 3 tournament wins, 3 series wins. They were warmed up during the time. Triggers Down's not. It's not going to happen again like that this tournament.
So you think TD going to win the winners bracket once again?
I do.
I'll tell you what was impressing me is you guys kicked me out of the booth for Flame Sword. I don't blame you, but what impressed me was Hysteria. He looked like he was incredible that match. He was just ripping face after face.
But you look at the stats, and Neighbor was the one going +9, kind of doing the secret dirty work, just racking up the kills, picking off the guys, picking off any stragglers that Believe the Hype has. He's been playing incredibly well.
And for those out there who are unfamiliar with the Triggers Down play style, can you kind of describe how their team works, Chris?
It's more of with Best Man and Tots are kind of the ones trying to make a presence or so on the map. They're going to be the ones that are easiest to see for the other team, the ones that the other team is probably going to go after when they see them. And that's going to free up Hysteria and Neighbor. Neighbor's one of the sneakiest players on this circuit. He's kind of like a ghost on the map. You never really know where he's coming from, where he's at. You can see right here, already on a killing spree, getting a double kill, sneaking around. And then Hysteria is just a one-man wrecking crew running around the map along kind of a different side of Neighbor. And they kind of use that whole team aspect to just kind of confuse teams and destroy them.
And then you got to attribute those last 3 kills that Neighbor picked up all to Tots. Tots was sitting in the lobby. He first baited a guy who got backsmacked by Hysteria. Then he put a few shots on players, got them to come after him in open purple. Neighbor comes in on the flank, and it makes it look easy as Neighbor picked up the easy double kill in the killing spree. Tots, like you said, he and Best Man making the presence. They do all the dirty work, which allow their teammates to shine.
Yeah, you can't say enough about what Tots does. I mean, he really does free up just about everything. We've seen it on every team he's been on. As soon as he joined Final Boss at the beginning of the season, Fear Itself and Victory X were their second and third most positive players in the tournament. He knows how to feed people kills. It's just whether or not they take him or not.
Right now you're watching Tsquared from Believe the Hype using the camo here. He gets spotted on Sword Lake, forced to drop down, evacuate the area momentarily. Believe the Hype, they lost game number 1. Triggers Down looking much stronger in the objective, but Believe the Hype, a very strong team when it comes to Team Slayer, Scott.
Yeah, and that they are, because Believe the Hype, they have so many natural slayers. And notice how Tsquared waited on the sniper right there. Camo sniper is a huge thing, and now you're going to be able to see him get easy shots on Best Man. Now put a shot in Neighbor. Actually, he missed it, but he's just going to stay alive. And now he's going to be a thorn in the side of the Triggers Down squad.
Tsquared dodging a few grenades, getting up behind Best Man. There's the easy back smack. Can't reach it, hits the pole. Best Man getting a few extra shots, but Tsquared does get the kill. It's a 20-19 game. TD with the 1-kill lead here. Hysteria just picked up a big double kill in closed purple, which has allowed TD getting up top here on the left side of the map. Tsquared taking all kinds of shots, but he's staying alive pretty long here as they take the lead 22-21, and Demon D got the fresh rockets, Chris.
Yeah, and that is the scariest player on this map to have rockets for the other team. Demon D's known for his play here on Construct. His favorite weapon, he's known for his rockets, and actually chokes right there as I'm talking great things about him.
You cursed him.
That's how it always works out up in there in the booth.
I guess, but normally this kid is awesome in Construct.
25-24, we're going to Demon D now. Chris just said a whole lot of nice things from him. Now it's time to watch some awesome gameplay. And next time you guys see the scoreboard, let's go over who is leading the game for both teams. We got Tsquared with the sniper down low for Believe the Hype. Demon D, he's just kind of patrolling the top as you got Snipedown and Maniac going down low, trying to make sure that Triggers Down doesn't get the next camo, but Neighbor just picked it up at about 56. So Neighbor with that camo coming up back gold. Demon D was waiting for him and quickly shuts him down. Great teamwork and execution by Believe the Hype to shut down that camo run.
Yeah, that camo could have been incredibly dangerous for Believe the Hype. Neighbor, we talk about one of the sneakiest players in the game. Getting a camo, it's only going to amplify the fact that he's sneaky. Just terrible news for Believe the Hype, but a great play. They forced Neighbor to go up gold where Demon D was just waiting for him.
And got to give huge props. Demon D just won an individual battle versus Neighbor. Now he's charging back, gets double teamed this time around. Maniac leading all players with 11 kills at this point, though. And I just saw him go on a killing spree. And, you know, let's talk a little bit about Maniac as we can check out his screen when we get a chance. We were talking to Flamesword, and he said that Maniac is kind of the captain, the leader of this team.
Yeah, he's done a great job with this young team. This team is all a bunch of talented players, slayers, but they really didn't have a true leader, a true captain. And Maniac's really been trying to step in that role, trying to be the one to kind of rally all these guys. A lot of these guys look up to him. Surprisingly, he was probably the last player out of all of them to really get known on the big stage.
Yeah, I was going to say, I had no idea who this Maniac kid was until the second half of the season, and then he ends up winning our national championships with Demon D on this lineup.
I know, and he played amazing during those national championships. I mean, he's just got, number one, he's got an amazing shot, but something he does is he's an incredibly smart player, an underrated smart player. He seems to be always making the correct moves, and he is also extremely well at directing how he wants his teammates to go or how he wants to play. Really, the qualities you're looking for in a great team leader.
Taking a look at all 8 players right now, you got Triggers Down sitting up top, Tots is sitting back, Sword. Neighbor is going to be sitting over there on the closed street. He's going to be looking down at mid gold, and now it looks like Neighbor making a bit of a flank here. Meanwhile, Tots just dropped down to be the bait on the main ramp. You got Best Man still sitting back gold. Hysteria is on a killing spree with 2 guys in front of him. Neighbor is on the other end of the flank. And check out the pinch from Neighbor and Hysteria.